Hey everyone, today we're going to be working on the crochet pet bed that you've seen in the picture at the beginning of the video. I'm not going to bring it on screen because it's a little big. For the supplies that I used to make it is Caron 1 pound. It is 100% acrylic. It has 812 yards in one skein and it is a number 4 weight. This is what I have left of one skein, so it's not going to take a whole lot to make this pet bed. You'll also need a size I crochet hook, scissors, and tapestry needles. And depending on if you will want a certain size for your pet bed, then you'll need a measuring tape to keep track of it. Mine came up to be about 15 inches. You'll also need a pillow to go inside your bed to stuff it. I'd like to ask, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click the little bell beside it so that you'll never miss a notification from us. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to start out with a magic circle. Okay. And we're going to chain up 1. Then we're going to put 10 half double crochets in this circle. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull that strand out so that it doesn't get caught up underneath the stitches. How many did I say we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's go ahead and pull this string and put it aside. And now we've got a circle. We're going to slip stitch to the first half double that we made, not the chain 1, to complete the round. Okay, to start this next round, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to put 2 half double crochets in this first stitch here, because this chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. So 1, 2, and that's an increase. And we're going to take and put 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. And you're just going to do that all the way around. Okay, I finished my round, and before I start my next one, I wanted to point out here, if you'll look, it looks like there's another stitch here. It's called a false stitch. And if you come back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. You have your 20 stitches. So this stitch right here, you shouldn't be putting anything in it, or you'll increase too much and your circles start to warp on you. Okay, so we're going to skip this first stitch, well, it's the false stitch, and we're going to skip this chain 1 that we created at the beginning of the round, and we're going to slip stitch into the half double crochet that we made, and your circle is complete. Now let's go on to the next round. We're going to chain 1, which doesn't count as a stitch, and we're going to half double in that same stitch. And we're going to put 2 half doubles in the next stitch. Put 1 in the next one. And that's just the repeat. You'll put 2 in the next stitch, 1 in the next stitch, 2, 1, 2, 1, all the way around. Okay, I've made it back around to the beginning of my work, and you should have 30 stitches after this round. And I've already counted mine, and I have 30. So I'm going to skip this false stitch here. I'm going to skip this chain 1 here, and we're going to slip stitch into the half double crochet that we made at the beginning of the round to complete our circle. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to put one half double crochet in this stitch, and we're going to put 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in the third stitch. So 1, 2, and that's the repeat. 1 half double crochet, 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets, 1, 1, 2, and you just repeat that all the way around. Okay, I've made it all the way around my circle, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first half double crochet that I made. I'm going to go ahead and start the next round. Chain 1 and 1 half double crochet in that same stitch, and 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And then put 2 half double crochets in that next stitch. One half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Two half double crochets in that next stitch. And you're going to repeat that 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. It's 1 half double crochet in the next 3 stitches and 2 half double crochets in the 4th stitch, and you can do that all the way around. I've made it back to the beginning of the row, and I'm going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet that I made. And you're just going to continue this all the way around. Each round you'll have another single crochet, not single, but half double in between each increase. like this row had 3 half double crochets and then an increase, the next row is going to be 4 half double crochets and then an increase, and the next row will be 5 half doubles and then an increase. It'll just continue until you get to the size of the circle you want. Okay, so I went ahead and made my cushion. I made 2 circles, and I counted the stitches before I went ahead and started sewing, and I had 140 stitches, and I'll measure the circle here in just a minute. But I went ahead and started sewing it together, and I put my pillow in there, and I just went to my local store and found a pillow for the size that I needed, and I'm going to sit here and show you how I sewed it together. And get my hook in. All I did was I took the first layer and inserted my hook, and I put my hook through the second layer to both loops, and I pulled up a loop and made a single crochet, and I did that all the way around. Just did a single crochet, and I actually like it a lot. I'll show you here in a minute what I'm talking about. Okay, so I finished sewing the side, and I'll show you. When you look at it, I don't know, it's pretty big on the screen, but when you sew it together with a single crochet, it leaves a, I don't know, it's a nice finish on it. I don't know, I like it. Now, the circle ended up being 15 inches. It's 140 stitches around. I just did, I think the last row that I finished had 12 half doubles between each increase. So there's 140 stitches, and it's about 15 inches long. And we're going to go ahead and start on the next part of it. Now, I didn't cut my yarn or anything. Okay, to start the wall of the bed, I'm sorry, I bumped my camera. I didn't break my yarn or anything. I just slip stitched after I sewed the cushion together. I just slip stitched to the first single crochet that I made, and I'm just going to go ahead and start the wall. I'm not going to break my yarn or anything. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to half double in that same stitch, because the chain 1 doesn't count as anything. And I'm going to put a half double in every stitch around. I'll meet back up at the end. Okay, I went ahead and made it all the way around on my first row, and I'm going to slip stitch to that first stitch that we made, if I can get my hook into it. There we go. And I'm just going to continue to half double crochet all the way around my piece for as many rows as I need. We're going to chain 1 and half double crochet in the first stitch and all the way around. And this is pretty much optional. You just make the walls as big as you want them, as tall as you want them, and when you think it's enough, that's when you stop. I'm gonna go ahead and keep crocheting, and I'll meet back up with you. Okay, so I went ahead and did 10 rows of half double crochet to build the wall. I just have a small house cat, so I don't have to have my bed very big. But if you decided to make the bed bigger for, say, you've got a dog or whatever, you might want the walls of your pet bed a little bit bigger or taller. It's all up to you. That's a little big on camera, so I'm gonna lift the phone up and show you. Don't judge me for the way my desk looks. I gotta clean it up. But yeah, it's just a simple pet bed. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day.